Today's topic, very, very close to me, is controlling your biggest asset. And if you have a bit of imagination, there should be a brain. This is your biggest asset in whatever the hell you want to do. If you want to get healthier, if you want to get wealthier, if you want to have more money, more ability to have meaningful relationships, whatnot, your head is what will determine how successful you're going to be in that. And whatever the hell we ever do, we are always associating either pain or pleasure with actions we are about to take. So, for example, I associate a lot of pleasure with going to the gym. For me, going to the gym is how I relax, how I can have time with myself, how I can rewire my brain and completely disassociate everything else in my life just on myself, which is type of self-care. And I associate pain in sense of that if I don't do this, I'm gonna get weaker, I'm gonna be lethargic, I will have no energy, I will have really bad sleep, bad mood, no appetite, and so on and so forth. My body will stiffen up, I won't be able to move as well as I want to do. So there is a massive amount of pain and shitloads of pleasure. So this is why I'm doing gym pretty much every single day. So I might not train with weights every day, but I will do something physically active every single day, because for me that's the most enjoyable thing that I can do to maintain my health, and it translates into my wealth, because then I can do more things without feeling like I'm draining myself down to a point where I don't even want to move, and it boosts my confidence, so my relationships go up, and so on and so forth. A lot of people don't understand that deliberately focusing on pain only is only short-term solution. You should be focusing on what good you can get out of things that you want to do, and that changes your behavior completely. Let's take, for example, how I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking in 22, 23. I don't even remember when was last time when I was drunk. Last time I tried to get drunk, I couldn't even get drunk because of my size. But long story short was, I was hanging out with the wrong crowd, and at the beginning I was associating a lot of pleasure with that kind of stuff. I could see a lot of guys getting girls drunk and getting these easy girls, pulling them and doing all sorts with them and whatnot. That's pleasure in their sense. To me, it never got to that point, because I was taught a lot of respect to women whilst I was growing up. So I kind of was installed that pleasure mindset from the crowd, but at the same time there was a lot of contradicting thoughts in my head, and I started to associate that with more of a pain. I'm like, I can't do that. That's disrespectful. I can't do that. That's means that I don't value another human being as high as I value myself, and so on and so forth. So it came to the point where I started to realize not only I do not follow my own values, I also waste a lot of time because I start getting hangover. I am not I don't have any mental clarity. I can't perform a lot of tasks and so on. And there was this one call from my friend one day after a weekend out. I was still drunk off my head. And there was this one call. I was going to bathroom, coming back from toilet. I was living in student accommodation, so I had to walk through this hall back to my room where all my friends were still there and having their best time and whatnot. And my friend rang me, and we had a little conversation. I didn't even remember that she had seen me day before. And long story short, she said one sentence that changed my life, and she said, "Are you happy?" I'm like, I'm living my best life. I'm here with my friends and enjoying myself and doing this and doing that. She's like, no, you don't get me. I don't think you're doing what you actually want to do in your life. And the penny dropped. Like, suddenly that pleasure side disappeared completely, and all I could see was pain, alcohol, ruining my life, ruining my moral values, ruining my ability to become better. I was always driven to do better, no matter what I do. School, physical stuff, mental stuff. I was literally installed from being little kid that you have to be doing better or you are just buried into society. I walked in the room, I had a look all around, and I just thought, I never want to see these people again. That's how bad it was. And one by one, I just cut them off. After that day, I never went out again. I never got drunk, no drugs, no nothing. It was like, that's it. This is a turning point. Thing is, if you understand how to control these pain and pleasure thoughts, you can get yourself off that couch, off that binge eating, off that debilitating things that you do all the time that serve you no good. So short-term fix is associating things with pain. Long-term behavioral changes is associating things with pleasure. So let's take, for example, if you are struggling to lose weight or gain muscle or whatever the hell you want to do related to fitness. You're not losing weight, you're not sticking to your calorie deficit, you're not sticking to your diet because you're associating that with a lot of pain. And pain is being, I am missing out time with my friends. This food is really something that I enjoy, but why should I give this up? Or if I'm doing this, people will perceive me that I am weirdo. I don't want to be like that. None of my friends are doing this, so why should I do that? So there's a lot of pain associated with changing your behavior. You feel like you're going to be one that's left out of your crowd. And in reality, you're just talking yourself out of it. And you need to realize that what you've done as well, at the same time, you have linked a lot of pleasure of not doing what you do. So, I'm being accepted with my friend. I'm really enjoying my time. I'm really doing everything that everyone around me does. So they don't look at me like I'm some kind of weirdo. When in reality, in back of your head, you have completely different goals. You're just not in the right environment to stand up for yourself. Let's be honest. You just want that appreciation from the crowd. And what I did, I had to change the crowd to step up. And I suggested to everyone else as well. So if you want to take control over your biggest asset, which is your brain, you need to really focus on what will it cost you if you keep doing what you're doing. If you're trying to lose weight and you keep going back to your debilitating behavioral patterns, like, I'll just have a weekend with my family, it's great. You have had it since you were a kid, every single day. Now you've grown up and you keep doing it every single weekend because you think that's what you have to do. How about yourself? What will it cost you if you keep doing that, sabotaging your health, sabotaging your well-being, sabotaging your goals, just to feel like you are still a kid? No, you're not. Grow the fuck up. And what will you gain if you actually follow through? You're trying to lose weight, you're trying to be healthiest version of yourself. If you don't see at the end of the tunnel, what will it actually give you once you follow through consistently, week in, week out, for months, for a year, for 2, for 3, where you can be? You will never follow that. So what I would suggest anyone is to write down 4 actions that you should be taking. Then write down what pain you have been associating with it, why you haven't doing it, and what pleasure you have been associating with these actions that you should be doing but you're not doing. So write down the pain you're associated by, what would it cost you to do it, and what pleasure you had from not doing it. Then have a close look at that and write down what will it cost you long term if you keep doing that every single day. And write down what will you gain if you actually follow through consistently for a few weeks, for a few months, for a few years, how your life will change. And this is the way how you can take control over your brain. And if you don't sort this out, not a single plan will ever help you with anything. Take control over your biggest asset, that's your brain. When you crack that, your life will change. I'll see you in the next video.
We'll be right back.